What's good, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting. It's not close. What an incredibly busy day we have at the brand today. Belmont Stakes, Gene and Michelle, 3:30 Eastern time right here on this YouTube channel or on Apple or Spotify. Then at 4 p.m., Early Edge in 5AB, Prop Stars and Mikey B, storylines, best bets, more for Game 3 tonight of the NBA Finals. But for the here and the now, let's bring in the stars of the show. And I have got three absolute beasts today. First and foremost, live from Nashville, Tennessee, the Pit House level. M Squared. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everybody. Looking forward to today. Feels like we have a week between these NBA Finals games with the 2 days in between every single game, but I'm here for it. We're all rested up. Let's do it.
I know. I feel like we've had to rest just like the players have had. God, it's been brutal, but we are here. At least we've had some really fun hockey to watch the last couple of days. Now, next, he is our NBA aficionado, Mikey B. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Yeah, it's been a quiet couple of days here with no basketball. I don't like all these spacing out in between games, but we finally got some action tonight. Getting ready for it.
You're damn right we do. Now, finally, live from Las Vegas, Nevada, Zack Cimini. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yeah, with this layoff, I would expect more line movement with all this time that people had to make their selections, but still sitting at 3.5. Total still floating around 212.5, and the player props just double checked, still sitting at the same number. So I'm going to be curious to see if these start to move. And why is it taking so long? I would think it would move in advance right before the game.
It is kind of weird that nothing is moving at all the last couple of days, but I'm quite certain as soon as you or Mikey or M Squared make a pick, those lines will move. They always do. Let's get into it. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today, and we're propping this NBA Game 3 up all the way up here. So, Mikey B, I want to start with you and the storyline that I want to know. If the Warriors are going to win the championship, they need Clay, baby. They need Clay. Start us off.
Yeah, one of the Splash Brothers is going through a bit of a dry spell. Klay Thompson was 4 for 19 from the field in Game 2. He's only averaging 17 points per game since the start of the Western Conference Finals. I've mentioned this before. The Celtics held their opponents to the lowest three-point shooting percentage in the league during the regular season. Thompson is a combined 4 from 15 from behind the arc the first 2 games of this series. If he can't get right, the Warriors certainly are facing an uphill battle to win the series.
You're damn right. You're damn right. Now, on the other side, though, Zach, a guy that not a lot of people talk about, but he is a vocal leader, and he's also an emotional leader. Who am I talking about?
Well, Grant Williams, at least throughout this postseason, he's been a big player for the Boston Celtics. Against the Brooklyn Nets, he was averaging 7 shot attempts. Against Milwaukee, he averaged 10. And then against the Miami Heat, to a lesser extent, but still was an involved player on a nightly basis, he was averaging 6 shots per game. But in these first 2 matchups against Golden State Warriors, he's been pretty much non-existent, only averaging 2 shots per game. Game 1, he did not score. Game 2, he scored just 6 points. So we've seen his number in the postseason was between 8.5, 9.5 on most games. It is all the way down to 5.5. He might just be one of those guys that's on the floor for his defense, getting fouls, getting in Draymond Green's face. But it looks like he is not going to be shooting the ball too much. Very, very low prop offering today for Grant Williams.
You know, they mic'd him up. I think it was Game 3 or Game 4 of the last series, and he was so incredibly entertaining to listen to him talk to his teammates a lot more than what I anticipated. Freddie Bear says, Early Edge family, educate, entertain, transparency, and work hard. That's what we're all about, Freddie Bear. That's what we're all about. We're also about the weather because, as you know, in sports betting, there are layers and there are levels, and the weather matters, and we've got the best. M Squared, you're up.
All right, start with day baseball. Toronto and Kansas City plus 10% home run hitting and run scoring across the board. Chicago Cubs on the road in Baltimore. Biggest impact there is going to be in home run hitting, around 15 to 20% increase. New York Yankees on the road in Minnesota. Same story there, but really big increase here, 20+% in terms of home run hitting. Big news with those 2 teams with power bats. New York Mets on the road in San Diego. Unusual hitting conditions in Southern California, San Diego tonight. We're seeing about 15% increase in run scoring in that one. And then in San Francisco with the Rockies in town, plus 10% across the board there.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, one of those little nuggets may play into my plays. Now, somebody in the chat mentioned, did they mention what they did yesterday? And I think I forgot to do that. And I can't believe I forgot to do that because we had a fantastic day. 6-4 on the morning show. Now, I did supply 2 of those X's, but at 4 o'clock, I came through strong as we went 3 out of 4 on the early edge in 5. I felt good about the Red Sox late last night. But we got to get to our board today. But before we do that, we have grown so big, we got to pay some of those pesky little bills. So here's a word from our partners. And we are back. It is time for our board today. And as you know, we like to fill it up. And all we're trying to do is win more than we lose. One play from SportsLine, and it's from our man, Buckets. Not a lot of soccer going on right now, but there is in Brazil. We're going to go Bragantino and Flamengo. Both teams to score. Late start, 8:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. So no day soccer for us today. But both teams in league play are averaging at least 1 goal scored. They're also allowing at least 1 goal scored a game. You put that together, I love that number at -115. Now, it's a busy day on the diamond. It's a busy day on the court. But we have to take a step back and allow Zach and Mikey B to really have the stage. So, on a Wednesday, it's his day, and he gets to go first. And I love to do this from Florida, a very muggy Florida, but always feels the same. M-Squared, you know the drill, son! Oh, I love Game 3 of the NBA Finals. All my guys going to be coming through strong. Mikey, give it to me.
All right. Day baseball, coach. You know it's my favorite thing. We get the Royals, one of our teams that we really enjoy. We're going to pick on them some more here. Toronto team total over 4.5, -115. Once again, I want to pick on Brady Singer. We talked about this last week on the show. His expected weighted on base average and actual numbers don't look too bad, but he is getting barreled up at a ridiculous rate. What barreled up means the perfect combination of exit velocity and launch angle. Translation, lots of home runs, lots of doubles, lots of well-hit balls. 9% is his barreled up rate, making him 359th in Major League Baseball so far this year. Great hitting environment overall today. Air density index down at 61. Our humidity checkpoint over 50%. And then the temperature finally 75 plus degrees. All the things that we look for. And then finally, home plate umpire Sean Barber. You look back to 2019, we've got a sample size of approaching 200 games. If you were to blindly bet the over in his games, that's cashing at a 58% clip. Very profitable, assuming that you're betting a -110 line, which most totals are. That's going to play in a lot here today. Give me the Blue Jays over 4.5, -115.
I love all of that. Aaron in the chat says, yeah, let's fade the Royals. Elliot says, M Hollywood, whatever that means. Then Kel, love to see Kel. Let's do this, coach. Money time. You know, if M-Squared is giving out a play, it is money time. Really focusing lately on the team totals, which we absolutely love. Now, it's time to cash with the coach because I'm not doing NBA, at least not this morning. I'm going to stay on the diamond. And you heard Mikey talk about the weather today. And in Baltimore, oh, it's a great hitting environment. Last night, they combined for 12 runs. I'm going right back to the well again tonight. Cubs, Orioles. We're going to go over 9, -103. This is a sneaky bad pitching matchup. Both pitchers absolutely gave up a ton of runs their last outing. I believe they'll do it again today. You match that up with the weather. I love the over 9 at -103. Then our second play, I don't know why people tell you that you can't bet on the same team over and over and over again if they continue to cash. The Cincinnati Reds have been amazing for us this year as far as the totals are concerned. Right back to the well again today. D-backs, Reds, over 9.5. The Reds have been an over machine. That's all I need to say because I got to get out of the way. Because I am pumped for Game 3 tonight. Did I remind you? Early edge in 5 at 4 Eastern time today. More storylines, more best bets, all for Game 3 tonight. But Zach Attack, I know that you are focused today on somebody who loves to do this, but also loves to do this. Talk to me.
Yeah, for once, I'm actually not on a Boston Celtic player prop. I usually try to find a player on that team, but not today. I'm going with Draymond Green from the Golden State Warriors over 8.5. It's +100. And you know what, Draymond Green is going to have a story surrounding him every game. His antics probably are not going to calm down. But when it comes to offensive production, this is actually a good series for him against the Celtics. We saw in game 1, he took 12 shot attempts. I think it was the second highest behind that Memphis Grizzly game where he shot 14. Game 2, he only made 2 shots, but he scored 9 points. He was getting to the free throw line. And we talk about the Golden State Warriors. Klay Thompson, he's someone that's going to have to adjust his game. He's just not there. He's going to have to start passing that ball a little bit more, or maybe he sees a reduction in minutes on the court. And then Jordan Poole, I know everybody watched the way he finished game 2, but through the first 7 quarters of this series, he had only scored 12 points. So that flurry that he did have in the fourth quarter was all against the bench players of the Boston Celtics. So they're really struggling from an offensive standpoint. I think Draymond Green, he's going to take his shots. He's not scared to shoot the ball. 8.5 is a little too low for me. I'll take the over on his player prop.
You're damn right we will. Quick question from the chat, Zach. Jeffrey David loves the Tatum assist prop tonight. Over 6.5 plus 115. Your thoughts on that?
Well, he's going to facilitate. I know that because they've been double and triple teaming him, but it's a little scary because Boston needs to make the shots for that to happen. So I would lay off that. Especially the way they shot in game 2.
All right, very good. You can ask us any question. We'll try to get to as much as we possibly can. By the way, don't forget to pound that like button for me. It continues to grow the show, and as you know, we're getting about as big as it can possibly get. Now, we always reserve the last spot on the show for the most important part of the show, and tonight there is nothing bigger than Game 3. All tied at 1, going back to Boston. We love the NBA Finals, and we love Mikey B. He'll be on today at 4 Eastern, but I want to know what he's got for us right here, right now. Mike Barner, the floor is yours.
Yeah, the coveted Maestro spot for the second time in my early edge career. Oh, it's such an honor. I got 2 picks for the Maestro spot today. First, a more traditional pick. I'm going to go Celtics minus 3.5. They did their job. They won a game on the road. I'm not worried about the blowout in game 2. You just want to get that one win on the road before you return home. Celtics are only 5-4 at home during the playoffs, but they were really good there during the regular season. They had a 28-13 record. The big problem is that the Warriors has not been good on the road in the playoffs. They are just 2-5 against the spread. Add in Thompson struggles, and I think the Celtics cruise to an easy win at home. So again, that's Celtics minus 3.5. And then what's an NBA Finals game without a little same game parlay action?
Let's go.
So we got to do it, Coach.
Yes.
You can't watch the game without it. So I got a 3-leg same game parlay. We're going to do Jaylen Brown to score at least 20 points, Draymond Green to have at least 4+ assists, and Klay Thompson to score under 21.5 points. Now, I'll add all that together, and that's plus 129 odds on FanDuel. Now, Brown only scored 17 points in game 2, but he was in foul trouble after that hot start in the first quarter. Then there was the blowout, so he only played 28 minutes, which is very rare for him. Prior to that, he had scored at least 20 points in 7 of the last 8 games, and he's averaging 22.7 points per game in the playoffs. With regards to the Green and his assists, he's obviously one of the top facilitators on the Warriors. That's had him register at least 4 assists in 11 of his last 12 games. And then finally, I've talked to death about Thompson's struggles. His actual prop is 19.5 points. So I bought a couple of points to get it to 21.5, and it still got us plus odds. So again, we're going to go Jaylen Brown at least 20 points, Draymond Green at least 4 assists, and Klay Thompson under 21.5 points.
I love it. Buck 105 says, I love Barner's picks. So do we. By the way, somebody else mentioned Derek White. He may or may not be on my board for the afternoon show today. I'm just saying he had all of his numbers in game 2 when nobody else for the Celtics did. Derek White did. All right. What a great show today. So much fun on a Wednesday as we get set for what's going to be a busy week here at the brand. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap courtesy of AB on the 1s and the 2s. Zach Attack. I love this one. Draymond Green over 8.5 points. He doesn't care about the atmosphere. He's a dog. Now, Mikey B, Celtics minus 3.5. Minus 158 is the money line there. I actually probably going to play that, but I know that's a little juicy for a lot of people. Now, Mikey B, I love same game parlays. Jaylen Brown, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson. Then M squared, 1 play today so far. Blue Jays team total over 4.5 minus 115. Then if you're going to cash with me, you're going to do it here. Diamondbacks Reds over 9.5. Cubs Orioles over 9. Then 1 play from SportsLine. And if you're not a SportsLine member, please, there's never been a better time than right here and right now. Come join the family, and that's exactly what we are. The crew, the family, whatever you want to call us, we're doing it big. AB, show your face. Where's that big old fat smile I love
What
so
up?
much? What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Great show today, boys. Well done.
Yeah. We've been really, really busy. You're stepping in, as always, because the jeweler is handling – golf's a little busy this week, AB. We're a little busy with some golf.
I was going to say, you and Jeweler, like, your schedule is just – it's going off the Excel page. Like, we can't even fit it in there. So,
man, it's nuts. But I am – and if I have one more person call me a homer on Twitter, it'll be like 8,000. I guess you're not supposed to support the place that you actually work and you enjoy and treat you well and you're happy. I guess those things don't matter in life. Apparently.
Yeah,
but
who would support that? I mean,
yeah, why would I say I love working for the PGA Tour? Oh, that's crazy talk. But for the here and the now, AB, explain your AB3. And for the people who may have stepped away for a couple of weeks, explain what we're doing now.
Yep. So the AB pick 3. Look, we're moving away from the parlay. For right now, it's a great tool during football season because you have consistency across sports. 3 sport gauntlet parlays are just, it's no value, right? Mm-hmm. So what we're doing is we're finding plays. These are not parlays. These are by themselves, separate, straight, picks. And what we want to do is find plays that people just might not be looking at, right? So today we've got 2 super regional winners. First, we're going to go Ole Miss minus 135. There's no team in the country hotter than Ole Miss right now. And I was concerned that it would slow down if they, had just kind of a weird matchup in the Super Regionals. No, they're going to Southern Miss, a fan base who they hate and hates them. And here's the thing. Nobody travels like Ole Miss. Ole Miss will take over their stadium. So give me Ole Miss minus 135. Great price there. Second, we're going to take Oregon State to win their Super Regional at home. They've got Auburn having to travel all the way to the Pacific Northwest. And look, Oregon State, consistent. They win ball games. We're going to take them there. And the third play, all right, it's a little juicy. I get it. Might not be for everybody. We're going to go Klay Thompson threes over 2.5. It's priced at minus 170, but I'll tell you why we're going to do it. Because if the Celtics blow the Warriors out tonight, Klay Thompson's going to shoot 45 threes, right? If the Warriors are blowing the Celtics out, it means that Klay Thompson has made 45 threes tonight, right? Like, any scenario, we're going to get Klay Thompson with attempts and shots put up. And look, he's just too good to completely not make anything. Like, they're going to fall at some point, right? So all we need is 3. We don't need a miracle. We can still play it with Barner's under 22.5, 21.5. Like, that works.
21.5.
I would love to see you 2 idiots sweating this out. Klay gets like 12. He needs one more 3, and that would be the best. That would be the best. Real quick, AB, before you go, I'm looking for all my notes. I know I wrote it down somewhere. All those college baseball picks. What was your record with Johnny B last week at the regionals?
17-2.
I'm sorry, my headphones went out real quick. What'd you say?
It'd be a big 17-2, Coach.
Oh, 17-2 here on the show. I thought you misspoke for a second. My bad. Thank you, AB. Yeah, 17-2. My guys know college baseball. Stop it. I don't want to hear anything else. 17-2. I don't want to hear anything else. All right. You saw the recap. You know we have a full day. Belmont Stakes at 3:30 Eastern. Early Edge in 5 at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And then we'll be active all night long during Game 3 of the NBA Finals. I know you're jealous at home because we get to do this every day, but I'm telling you right now, sometimes days like today, I literally pinch myself because I love this so much, as does my crew. So there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, I love them all. M Squared, Mikey B, Zack Attack, AB on the 1s and the 2s. I am the coach. It does not matter what the sport is. It does not matter what the day is. We have not missed a day since December 2020, and we don't plan on doing it anytime soon. Only one brand you need to worry about. We like to call it the Early Edge. Good luck.